So before we get into this video, I would like to show y'all some stuff that I think y'all would love, love, love. So for one, we're gonna talk about High Value Queens. It's a black owned business. It's a small black owned business. And basically she makes content, she makes products for high value women, encouraging, uplifting women to know their value, and basically what I preach on this channel. And I just had to show off her merchandise because I just feel like I want to walk around with this shirt and let these men know that I bring nothing to the table. I am the table. I love this shirt, and she have other merchandise as well that basically talk about just being a high value queen. And this necklace, I think it says, hold on, let me read it because I forgot what it said. I think it says, you are the prize. And I love this because it's just self like affirmations. It's positive affirmations for me personally, just to like wear something and just remind myself that I am the queen that I said I am, and that I am the prize. And I have to, make sure I make myself remember that, because, people can test you and make you feel like you're not that person, but you are, boo. You are, boo. And so I love this shirt, like I said, because a lot of men be like, what do you bring to the table? I bring nothing to the table. I bring nothing to the table. I am the table, boo boo. I am the table. What are you bringing to my table? Okay, so y'all, I just wanted to talk about this topic. We could talk about relationships just in general, but me as someone who grew up, thank y'all. Like, let's get into this hair. First of all, I'm gonna tell you about this hair. If y'all want information about this hair, let me know. I don't know if I look like somebody's auntie. I don't know if it looks crazy or not. Y'all let me know. Y'all comment. Do y'all like this hair? I got it off of Amazon for like $30, and it was giving me very 50s, old school 50s Marilyn Monroe type of vibes. Like, I feel like I would have rocked my hair like this in the 50s. Y'all let me know, because I'm supposed to be going out for drinks tonight. And I just don't know if I look like somebody's rich auntie, but I was like, look, at least I'm gonna look rich, okay? So thank y'all for saying, I'm talking about the hair, because I don't know how, I feel like it was kind of like a mullet going on. So thank y'all so much for that. But okay, so let's get into the topic, because she said it's giving you auntie vibes, but it's cute. Thank you, Licia. Oh man, okay, whatever. I'm gonna be somebody's auntie tonight, or I might just take this off and just, I don't know, I'm gonna just do something with it. But anyway, so I just want to talk about this topic because I always kind of like wonder where I got my like toxic ways of thinking of like romance, and why women are so attracted to the bad boy. Why are women so attracted to toxic men? And why that I would get myself caught up over and over and over again and glamorize this type of relationship. And when you do run into the good guy, that he's boring. And we'll get into that into a different subject, because a lot of men call themselves the good guy when really they're not high value as well. They call themselves the good guy to make it seem like, well, I don't do this and I don't do that, so I'm a good man. Like, that does not mean that you're a good man or you're the man for me. So I want to talk about Bridgerton, whatever. It's a show that's on Bridgerton. It's a show that is on Netflix, and it's like the #1 rated show. It's really popular. A lot of women have been getting into it. I finished the whole season, and I really loved the show. And it was really addicting to watch, and I binge watched it within like 2 days, I think 2 or 3 days. Um, so I binge watched it, right? And I took some notes, because I'm like, I think there's some lessons we can learn out of this. Because as someone who grew up watching Disney, as someone who grew up watching like love stories and reading love books, and didn't really have that motherly guidance, like, I was raised by my grandmother, who's very old school. She didn't really teach me about relationships. I grew up not knowing the foundation of what a healthy relationship was. I mean, yes, I saw my grandparents together, but they were older, and I just did not relate. And during their times when they met was very different from how it is now and how men are now. in the dating world. Like, I wasn't taught anything. So basically Hollywood taught me what a relationship was and what it felt like winning a relationship. Hollywood has always pushed this narrative of like winning over the bad boy, winning over the guy that never really gave you attention, winning over a guy that, that was popular in school, and that was, or damaged or mysterious, because women, we love mysterious men. That's the edge that these bad boys like to give off, is that they're very mysterious. They have a lot of deep rooted issues, and that's why they act the way they act, and they all suddenly change because you show them some love and nurturing and something that their mommy couldn't give them. And we think that that's all it takes, is if I show you how much I'm there for you and love you, and through your pain, even though you treat me like crap, you're eventually going to love me back. That's always been Hollywood's narrative, and that's why women to this day choose to stick around in relationships and give their all and love so hard, hopefully in return getting that love eventually back, or being noticed by that guy, even though he's constantly using you and manipulating you and lying to you. But some way you just feel like this person is going to come around and, love you. And as we know, and if you've been following my channel, we came to the realization, in our 20s or our 30s or 40s or 50s, that that is not real, and that is not how life works, and that is not how the psychology of the mind works. And it's just been, we've been fooled, we've been bamboozled, and we've thought this for forever and ever, that we can be this poor little girl from the slums of nothing, and some rich king was going to come and pick us up and save us on this white horse. And still to this day, um, a lot of women mix up this concept of like needing saving from a man, and that this man needs to come and rescue her, and all this other stuff. So I'm just gonna get into the show. So these are some notes that I took, and then I'm gonna get into the after that. So I felt like when, oh my god, I can't even think of their names. Let me look up the cast names right quick, because I don't want to. Okay, so Daphne and Simon. So Daphne, these women were from a different time, and marriage was the goal. Marriage is the goal. It still is the goal to this day for a lot of women. And in society, if you're a woman who is, not married by a certain age, we feel like our time is ticking. Men have tricked us and bamboozled us to think like, oh, they age like fine wine, but we are on a time limit, and our prime is in our 20s, and we need to get married and have some babies, So this is back in the time where marriage was basically like pushed, and it was very important. So Daphne and Simon, let me tell you about Simon. Okay, so Daphne, okay, so obviously she had a mother, right? But she didn't have a father. She had this very overruly, controlling brother. But she didn't have a father in the home. Her father had died and passed away. And she had a mother, but her mother really never taught her about, and she even said it in the show, like, and sorry if I'm spoiling anything, you haven't watched this yet, like, I would just go and advise you to watch it first and then come back to this video. But basically, she basically told her mom that you didn't prepare me for marriage. You didn't prepare me for what love looks like. You didn't prepare me enough for the world. And now I'm a woman out here trying to figure it out with this man who has mommy and daddy issues, and I'm miserable, and I don't want to do. I'm married to a liar, manipulator, and a man who basically, she bamboozled him into marriage. Let's just start there. He was not interested into, yes, he had infatuation. She was very infatuated with him. I'm talking about Bridgerton. I'm trying to see how like I can say this. Let's see, Bridgerton pronunciation, because I just Bridgerton. Bridgerton. Okay, sorry, because that was bothering me that I couldn't pronounce it correctly. But it's a show on Netflix. Okay, so you can go, if you guys just got in, just kind of like, you're gonna learn some stuff from this, even if you haven't even watched the show yet. So basically, these two people, they had an infatuation with each other. Maybe not off right back, but he was very egotistical. He walked in like he knew he was the ish, like, he had a name for himself, and he's like the bachelor that everybody is like, wants to snag, and he ain't feeling it. He's like, I don't want y'all chasing after me. All these women are chasing after him, right? They're all like, oh my God, whoop de whoop de whoop de whoop. And she ends up bumping into him, don't know who he is. So then they end up having an infatuation with each other, right? And she ends up really falling for him. And although he had this infatuation and lust for her, he had his own issues. And he did not want to marry. He did not want to. And if you want this shirt, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just everywhere. If you want this shirt, I'm gonna put it down, a link down below, so y'all can access it as well. But he did not feel her at first. He was kind of like doing his own thing. He was infatuated. And then when they did kind of like hook up outside, he was kissing on her. He took her innocence, not having sex, but innocence back in that time was touching, kissing, anything. Like you couldn't do anything. He took her innocence, and he didn't even respect her enough to value her innocence and not take that away. And when he did take her innocence away, he was willing to die to not marry her. Her brother found out that he took her innocence by kissing her and touching her sexually and exposing her to something that she did not know about. And the brother was going to kill him, and he was ready to die. And she even said, you hate me that much where you would die to not marry me? And then she kind of tricks him. Let's be honest, she didn't kind of trick him. She did trick him into marriage. She tricked him into marriage. She knew what she was doing. She had this whole plan of like, oh, someone did see us outside in the garden. Because if it's exposed that you were out as a woman back in that time outside with a man by yourself during those times, you were basically deemed as unpure, and like it would be hard for you to marry, and you taint your family's name. So it was very important to value your family's name, and during that time he was ready to die. Then he told her, okay, well, if I marry you, I'm not going to give you the life that you want. I'm not going to give you the life that you want. She had an opportunity to be with a king. She had an opportunity to be with a potential king, where she could have been a queen or whatever. And the guy was nice. He wanted kids. He wanted to give her the life that she wanted. But for some reason, she kept thinking about this spicy, tall, dark, and handsome Simon. She couldn't get over Simon. She couldn't get past that, the infatuation she had for him, the imagination. She built Simon in her head to be what she wanted him to be. And does that sound familiar, ladies? Like, do we find ourselves building a certain character of a person, of how they are going to be and how you want them to be and how you fantasize them to be? But the reality is, Simon was a really messed up person. He lost his mother, never knew her. He had a narcissistic, abusive father, and he grew up with a speech problem. He wasn't raised by anybody except maids around the house. He had a horrible childhood, and he had some deep rooted issues. He never, 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 never. Yeah, sure. I would love to go live with y'all. I don't know how to do a double live, but if there's any way that I can go live with y'all on here, let me know. But let me just get this out. So basically, he defied her innocence and refused to take her hand. She forced him and guilt tripped him into marriage when he was not ready, and he was ready to die before he married her. And he was very dysfunctional. And relationships like this do not work. I am telling you now, relationships like this do not work. She bamboozled him and fooled him into marriage. He ended up marrying her. And throughout the entire marriage, I know that it's a TV show, and I know that sex is always pushed, but come on now. Like, what was the narrative being pushed here? She was literally having sex. They were literally having sex everywhere. They was having sex outside. They was having sex. It was just so passionate and steamy and hot, and everything that every soft porn woman would want to, like, women would like to watch is like soft porn. Like, that's what that was. It's like, oh my God, like he's doing this, he's doing, I don't even think they did some of the things that they was doing in that movie back in the day. I don't know. but they was doing a lot. Okay, they was doing some oral, they was doing a lot. And I was just like, not once did I really see them connect on a deep and intimate level of connection. It was mostly sex, 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 lust, 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 and infatuation, infatuation, infatuation. They did not really have a real relationship, in my opinion. She didn't even know much about him, nor did he know much about her. They didn't even know each other that much. They didn't even know each other. She just found out about his father and his childhood and his mom after she married him. After she married him. And she had to deal with those repercussions of him lying to her, saying that he couldn't have kids, when really he was fooling her and pulling out, doing a pull out method. And she found out that he was lying to her about conceiving. And she basically kind of tricked him into not pulling out, and she was hoping to be pregnant. And I'm like, that's kind of the definition of trapping someone into a child, like poor children, right? I mean, the rest of the seasons are coming out. They said there's going to be 8 more seasons, or several other seasons to come out, and I'm just very interested into what direction they're going to go with this, because she had his kid, his firstborn son, and you see him all happy at, and they didn't really show her pregnant. They didn't show her going through the pregnancy. Was he there being supported? They just, that's one thing about Hollywood, they just skip right to the end, and oh, she had a baby and he was just so happy to see the baby and he held the baby in his arms. Like, was he even there? Was he supportive? Was he still lying? Was he still manipulating? What was the relationship between the pregnancy? Because we all know that relationships during pregnancy are very tested. And if it's not a strong foundation, it will crack and fall through, the foundation will crack and fall. It will crack and fall because it's not a steady foundation. And a baby is something very, very, very serious. And a lot of women sit here and look at this and go, oh my God, like, ugh. You don't know what that does to our subconscious mind. Is basically tell us that the guy that we're struggling with, the guy that doesn't want to commit to us, that guy that you've been talking to for several months and he has not made you his girlfriend yet, the guy that's in and out, that the guy that's hot and cold one minute, the guy that's ghosting you, the guy that all suddenly falls back out of nowhere, you stick around hoping and waiting, denying men of value that want to give you what you're looking for. You deny them because you have this infatuation, you have this imagination in your head that this is somehow going to work out. He is somehow going to come around. Do you not understand that this is why our young women, yes, two people with trauma bonding. You got two people who are very dysfunctional and they trauma bonded together. And if you can see that their relationship was nothing that I desired, they lied to each other, they manipulated each other, and they had steamy, the only good part was the steamy, passionate sex all the time. You can have that with someone who actually fits your needs and desires. You don't have to be in a dysfunctional relationship going back and forth. And that's why a lot of people get connected to their sneaky links. And the guy that they were talking to and sleeping with for a couple of months, and he took your body, and he, knew how much you probably valued your body, and he still laid up with you. What does that say? What is that telling our young girls? And then a lot of men be like, well, why do women go for the bad guys? And why are they learning where all this stuff come from? Well, not every woman has a mom. Not every woman has a mom that's teaching her how to value herself. Not every mom is sitting down having those hard conversations about sex, relationship, love, and heartbreak until it actually happens. Or they're learning from their friends, or they're learning from Hollywood, or they're learning from books, or they're learning from social media, or they're learning from love and hip hop. That's where they're learning relationships from. That's why I do what I do, and others like myself, like the Feminine Fancy, I love her channel, shout out to her, who do these type of videos where we kind of try to help teach other women things that our mothers failed to teach us, things that our fathers failed to teach us. This is why I make the channel that I make. And this is why you should get this shirt that's, I bring nothing to the table. I am the table. But Daphne in this movie is a lot of us. I was a Daphne at one point. I wanted to get the bad boy. I wanted to get the guy that, played other women, but somehow my love and affection changed him. The way I loved him and the way I moved differently. I'm going to tell you something now. A man with that much dysfunction, it don't matter if you give him the world. If he's dysfunctional and does not value himself, there's no way he can see your value. There's no way. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Recently, my first, the guy that I was in a relationship with for the longest time, reached out to me. And I was so, what do you want? Just call me from random numbers. And it was like, I realized a lot. I realized a lot about myself and how disgusted and how I did not value myself to be in a relationship like that, where it was just so manipulative, abusive, lying. It was just, and I was just like, what do you want? Because exes like to come back. They like to call you, like to hit you up and see how you doing. I got a couple of them that still try to follow me and see what I'm doing, how I'm doing. Hey, boo, I know you're watching, or, whatever. And I realized that, where did I learn to think that him talking to me crazy or him doing these things and I'm sticking around trying to show him? And he even said, like, you showed me things that, know that you spoke to me and that always stuck to me. And I'm like, okay, that's great. I was young. I'm not the same person anymore. Please don't contact me again. Because, like I said, those exes, they come out of nowhere. And it's Mercury retrograde, baby. Okay? So I say this to say, it's just be careful when you watch certain shows, because it enters and seeps into your subconscious mind. And little do we think, like, oh yeah, we know better. But do we? Because we really indulge into these type of like shows and get like a off to it, we like it, we love it, we watch it, but we don't know what it's doing to our subconscious mind and what it's really teaching us about love. Especially if you're not there yet and you're on your leveling up journey, you do not want to get trapped into a relationship where a man is manipulating you, doesn't want to commit to you, doesn't really, he's telling you up front, I can't give you the life that you want. And you're steady like, but what about the connection? And what if it then? No. Sometimes we have to look at the reality of things and say, this is not real. This is not real. And I don't know. You guys answer me. I'm about to look into a lot of I'm about to look into the comments and see what you guys are talking about, because I'm going to make this video short because I'm going out for drinks tonight because it's been a very stressful week. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Yes, steamy sex is the best. The quality of the partner is more important, but the sex, it be hidden. Okay, like probably the girl toxic is just, look, that's all you have. That's all you have. If you find yourself in a relationship where y'all just like going at it, but then y'all fighting all the time, but y'all just, it's toxic. It's toxic. And sex can only save you on so much, because then a baby comes along and reality kicks in and you really find out who you're sleeping with. And yeah, that's not gonna always save you. I got something different. It was deeper than that. He was a broken man who didn't know how to love and was so angry at his dad, so he didn't want to marry, have kids. That is true. But when we look at it at a deeper level, is it our responsibility as women to fix broken men? Because they sure don't fix us. You know what they do? They call us crazy, and they end up calling us crazy and use and try to dismiss whatever you're going through. They don't want to fix you. They want to fix you. They'll work with you, but they don't want to fix you. Hold on, y'all, because my battery is trying to drop. Okay. I think I got it. Okay. Okay. Everybody needs therapy, and I always say that. I'm like, look, everybody needs therapy. I don't know why the light just got so much lighter. Yeah, everybody, and that's not our responsibility to fix these men. Like, yes, he's a broken boy, but he needed to be single, and he was young. He needed to be single until he decided, you know what, I want to change for the better. I want to get some help. I want to be better as myself. She literally had to pull his teeth and drag him down, and spent many nights crying, depressed, sad, angry, upset with this man, just to get him to love her the way she wanted to be loved. We are so conditioned by Hollywood, and men are so confused of like, where are we learning this from? There's so many movies where the bad guy is like, oh, he's this bad guy and this good girl, goody two shoe, and they meet each other, and he spices up her life, and he brings her, like, you know, her life is just so sheltered and secure. Because I grew up very sheltered. So, you know, this guy comes in and show her things that she's never done before, you know, and she's like excited, and it's spicy, and it's, even if it's just not sex, like it's just spicy that he's showing her these things that, you know, she didn't do, she's new to, and she hasn't been exposed to. And but he also has his other side of him where he gets in trouble, and he's bad, and he can't commit, and all this other stuff. And we glamorize that. How many movies do you know? I know After, it's called After and Ever After, on Netflix. I love that show, don't get me wrong, but man, it was so toxic, and the people in the show kept telling the girl, like, he's bad for you. Even his brother was saying he's bad for you, but she was like, I don't know where we're gonna go, but we gonna make this work because he got my heart and he loves me, and like, it takes more than love, like, you know. You look so pink. This hair, thank you. You know, I'm gonna keep my hair like this. Y'all. They glamorize the ideology that a woman puts herself on the back burner for a man. How many shows do we know that does that? Heart of Gold, shout out to you. Hey girl, please save this live on your channel. Of course, Aaliyah. I'm going through these comments. The whole season was two people trauma bonding. Yes, Maria. One time maybe I saw a connect with his painting, but after that, nah. Exactly. Like, they shared that one moment of like, oh, and no. He lied to her the whole time. Like, this relationship was just, I just can't wait to see how they're gonna flip this, because it's not even. Do you know about StreamYard? I do not, but I'm gonna one day get into this where I'm gonna write that down. StreamYard, because I want to go live with y'all one day. I want to get on a stream service where I can go live with y'all. Let's see. I just found out my man was cheating on me, and this popped up. Dang, Ciara, let's get into it. I'm so sorry. That breaks my heart. And I just, you know, we could talk about relationships as well. Let's see. I've done it in the past, and all I was doing is pouring into a cup with the hole at the bottom. That is a good analogy. Pouring your cup with the hole in the bottom. It's just, it ain't doing nothing. Okay, marry. I liked it. It showed me how important it is to marry for love. This is what I'm saying. Like, that is not love. Where was the love? Where was the connect? Where was the commitment? It was nothing but lies. It was nothing but fantasy and sex and manipulation and infatuation, you know. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about relationships. You know, I think that I'm finding out that I didn't really learn what a healthy relationship looks like, because every relationship is different. And I want to make a dedicated video on that, but I just want to talk to my high value queens for a second. I want to talk to my high value ladies. Um, you have to be really careful of these platforms because I'm a part of some of these high value goddess platforms, and I found that they can be very toxic. And I found that a lot of women on there are confusing high value women with sugar babies and gold diggers and women who literally concentrate on the outer appearance of what high value is. Like they so concentrate on the outside. They don't think that anything in the inside matters. They think that their looks is just everything. And it's so disturbing. Y'all, I'm going to do another video this weekend about it because I'm deeply disturbed of where we are being like, I feel like there's two different, like the pink pill and the high value women and the women who are confusing and taking advantage of the high value movement to basically push this narrative of like everybody's gonna get a millionaire, everybody's gonna get a man that makes over 6 figures a year, and if you're not, you're doing something wrong, you're with a dusty. And it's like, that is far from the truth, y'all. And like I said, I'm going to make a dedicated video on this because my heart is like racing even just talking about this because there's so much to say about this. It's like, you guys, I just don't want you to get misguided on like, you know, we say like, yes, don't date a dusty, date up, date up, date up. Date up can look different from a lot of women. And like I said, this shirt, you know what, I'm going to go on my channel right now and I'm going to put the link to get this shirt and this necklace. And like I said, this necklace is called, it says, oh, let me read this to you because it's called High Value Queens and it says you are the prize. And this shirt, like I said, it is, I don't bring nothing to the table, I am the table. And she put, hi queen, I made this to remind you to always keep that high value mindset. You are a queen, sis. You deserve to be worshipped. Never stop leveling up and do not settle. You can follow them on at HV_queens. And like I said, I'm going to put their description in the description box below because y'all are, I love, look, I love what it says. I love what this says. And I just, like I said, I'm going to make a video on not confusing a high value with the sugar baby era, you know. Let me see right quick, guys. So high value queens, let me see. I know the necklace is probably out right now. I'm trying to look, y'all. Oh, they also have a bracelet too. Like you are the prize on the bracelet. I don't know why my voice is going out. Let's see. But yeah, I'm gonna stand up for a second so y'all can really just kind of see this shirt because I'm gonna wear it tonight. I'm gonna wear it tonight when I go out and get drinks so I can make a statement and let it be known who they mess with my auntie wig. Let's see, I'm gonna put their stuff below. I'm gonna put it below. Sorry, y'all, keep looking down. I'm trying to get y'all because y'all keep asking about this shirt. And can I do it from here? Y'all keep asking about this shirt. Okay, here. I'm gonna get this shirt and necklace from High Value Queens. Click here. I think that's how you do it. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to save it in the description box. And that's going to be in the description box for you guys. But we could talk about relationships right quick because we just have all like a different perception of what relationships are. And, you know, a lot of our parents are in toxic relationships, so we don't really have like an example of that. We just know we don't want. But then we end up like settling for something because, you know, excuse me, we end up settling for something because we think that, you know, oh, it's better than this last guy, or it's better than my parents' marriage, or, you know, but that's why it's just so important to know your value. And don't get caught up with Hollywood teaching you what healthy relationships are, because I'm telling you now, Hollywood will never teach you what relationships are. They will teach you what toxic relationships are, and they will further push that narrative out there. So if y'all have any questions about relationship, says, I don't know if you watch Real Housewives of Potomac, Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband are a beautiful, balanced couple. They support each other and through everything. That's good. I don't really sit down and watch it, but I catch it on YouTube from time to time. I catch it on YouTube, and I don't really it gives me the show sometimes with the arguing, the fighting. Sometimes it just kind of like mess with my spirit. So I don't really like to watch that too much. Our relationships are learned behaviors, things that we saw in childhood. Exactly. I thought for the longest that a man was supposed to come and save me like Cinderella. I thought that I was going to get swept off my feet and that it was just a happily ever after. And I didn't learn until adulthood that what happened after happily ever after. Like, what happened after that? Like, you know, like we sit here and we don't know. They don't show us. They just show the love part, and they show that this man comes and sweep us off our feet and, you know, love us for our difference, and we're always trying to be different or pretty or, you know, look a certain way. So we don't really know what healthy relationships look like. And every relationship looks different, and every relationship is not perfect. And people, you know, but like I said, just be careful. If you are in a relationship and you are a part of a lot of these like high value groups, be careful posting about your relationship, because I notice with a lot of these women, regardless if I'm single, in a relationship or not, because it doesn't matter. It does not matter if you're single or not, but there's a lot of women, a lot of broken women trying to give other broken women or women who are in relationships advice, and they deflect a lot. If you notice, if you ever reached out to me on Fundo or anything like that, and you tried to I gave you relationship advice, there's not one time I've ever told a girl, leave, unless he was like beating her, abusive, constantly cheating on her. I would just kind of talk to her and say, well, what do you want, and do you think this is ever going to change, and why are you still in a relationship if you don't see it going anywhere? I kind of like pick their brain a little bit and try to have them answer their own questions, because they know the answer to the questions that they have. I don't ever just be like, oh my God, he's a dusty. Oh my God, he didn't pay your bill. He's a dusty. So just be careful when it comes to that too, because a lot of us are looking for guidance when it comes down to relationships. And just be careful when you go to the internet about in certain platforms from different people with, you don't know their situation, you know their life, you never heard them speak about anything else. You just see them and they're just telling you all these things. But yeah. Let's see. Okay, and then also, while I have you guys' attention, I'm going to make a video about this, but I am very into healing my womb. You know, I feel like I have trauma bonded with a lot of like toxic men in the past and relationships that I've had. And I don't know if y'all ever heard of this book, but it's called The Sacred Woman, and it was recommended to me by my friend's mom, who's like my second mom. And I told her I wanted to get into yoni steams. I wanted to, energetically heal my womb, because I think as a black woman, we suffer a lot with our wombs from trauma, from just multiple things. I mean, and I'm reading this, and this book is really like enlightening, and I would really recommend it. You can get it off of Amazon. It's called The Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. I think that's how you say it, Afua. And this book, just reading it in its first few pages, is just so enlightening. So I just kind of also want to talk about that. But when I read into it a little bit more, when I get like at least halfway through it, I just can't wait, because I really want to heal my womb and gain more self-love of my womb. And you just have to be very careful of who you let inside of your womb. And I'm learning that. I mean, I understand it, I know it, but I really want to really just know how. And it goes way back. It's really deep. And I suffer from cystic, what is it called? Cysts. I have cysts on my ovaries, and also they found something else. So it's nothing cancerous or anything like that, but it's like a cyst, and not a fibroid, but it's called something. It's not cancerous or anything like that. But I just like, you know what? I think my womb just is basically saying it needs to heal, and I feel like it has a lot to. And so if you're someone who suffers from like heavy, bleeding, PMSing, or anything like that, I think your body is probably speaking to you. And I would recommend this book for sure. I think that when I make my video, I'm gonna do a challenge for us all, so we can heal and we can purge our body from those men that we made a mistake and laid with, and they left their energy and that person. Because sometimes you'll have a trauma bond with somebody you can't let go, or somebody that you were with who degraded you in a way, during sex, or you were sexually assaulted. Although that goes into other things with other healings, I think just a yoni steam is just going to be so spiritual. And make sure when you do it, it's coming from a place where they do energetically heal you. And so I'm excited to do that. I'm excited to go on this journey. I'm excited to learning about my womb and healing it, and just understand, women, that your womb is more than just a sex organ or a birthing machine. Like, it's so much deeper. It's a portal to another life. Like, you literally, life goes through your womb. Life does not come here without a woman's womb. Without a woman's womb, there is no life coming into this world. So you're literally in between the spirit world and this world. And I think that's so amazing, because even thinking back of when I was pregnant, I felt very like serene. I felt very pure in a way. And I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I was helping God do something amazing by bringing this human into this world. So, like I said, I'm going to do a video on it when I get at least halfway through. I'm going to go into these comments once again and see what y'all are talking about. Okay, let's see. Hey, Easy Breezy. Thank you, girl. Okay. I subconsciously chose unavailable men to validate the subconscious belief that I was not worthy of love. I learned that belief because of abandonment from my parents. Baby, that was me. That was me. I gotta read that again. I subconsciously chose unavailable men to validate the subconscious belief that I was not worthy of love. I don't know how many times when I was younger, I would go for guys that I just knew that was not even interested into even being in a committed relationship. I would go for guys, and it seems like when I would get rejected from a man, I would want them more. If you are somebody who got rejected by somebody and you wanted them even more, that goes into that abandonment. That goes into that trauma. And that's why I say, when you say you can't get over a person and you've been with this person for like a year, sometimes that pain It's not even that person. It's what that person has brought out and that trauma that person has brought out. That was beautifully said. That was really beautiful. Oh, y'all yoni steaming. Okay. Okay. Oh, nice. You got the yoni steams. Now I'm definitely promoting the yoni steams. You heard of Detox Now or Coach Genesis or Angela Yee. You need yoni pearls. I don't know about yoni pearls because my gynecologist was kind of like against it, sticking something up there. Um, him or him. I love this book on you. I love this look. Oh, look on you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Stevie. I'm so glad on how you touch on how certain sections of femininity is all about being superficial, and I had to leave a lot of Facebook groups with my own clarity. Yes, femininity is so much deeper than looks. It's not about looks. Like, I'm telling you now, you're not going to look beautiful on the outside until you feel it in the inside. And it shouldn't be the opposite. You shouldn't make yourself up and then all of a sudden, like, I'm a high value woman. I look great. No, that should come from within. I didn't start attracting men into my life, and men, literally men from my past, have came and said, Brittany, you are doing what you said you was gonna do. You look amazing. People remember you by the light that you bring. That's why when you find yourself with certain people coming back into your life, it's because you had a light, your inner light inside of you, and the way you make people feel when they're around you. They feel at peace, they feel good, they feel happy, they feel like, they can be themselves, and they want that, and it's addicting. So to become addictive in a way, you have to have peace and happiness within yourself so you can have other people enjoy that company as well. That's also key, because if you're walking around depressed, hurt, and miserable, guess what's going to happen? You're going to run those people off, and you're going to find yourself in a cycle and a cycle again of bringing people in and then them leaving. And then you don't know why. And you keep attracting certain people that's going to leave out of your life because of the trauma you've been through. So I say this to say, I feel like I'm talking different because my hair is different. But I say this to say is to work on your inner self and just be careful with a lot of these high value platforms, because I feel like they're leading you. They have the intentions of like wanting you to level up, but it becomes like, oh, I got to get my butt done. I got to get my boobs done. And my high value now? Like, you got your boobs, your face, your breasts, your hair, and nails, and everything done on you. And a lot of these men that are millionaires and high value men, they actually like women who are not so, they want to see you kind of relaxed as well. Like, you could look feminine, that's nothing wrong with that, but it's a difference between you look feminine and, like, I don't want to use the offensive word of fake, because do what you want to do, but just be careful of, like, if you have low self-esteem about your breasts and you go get your boobs done, trust and believe you're going to find something else on your body that you're going to want to fix. Every person that I've known and heard that went and got something done, they found something else that they wanted to go and fix. So if you're not happy within and who you are, you're going to keep finding things about you that you think that you need to fix to be loved. And you may think that you have to fix all this outside appearance to be worthy of being loved. And like I said, I'm going to get into a video about that, because you're going to find yourself in relationships where you're not being yourself. And even with this shirt, I bring nothing to the table. I am the table. That goes into a lot, because there's a lot of women walking around saying, I don't have to bring nothing to the table. I just bring my pretty self to the table, and I sit there and I spend all your money, and I don't bring anything. I don't bring anything. Let me tell you what that gets you into. I'm going to tell you in the next video. I'll make a video on that. But I'm going to tell you what that gets you into. And I don't think that's a lifestyle you're gonna want for long. Can you put the book in the description box too? Yes, I'm gonna put the book in the description box as well. Yoni steams can be hard. Steaming is more gentle. Steaming is more gentle. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Um, it says Coach Jency had 15 fibroid surgeries and naturally removed fibroids and had a miracle baby at 50 from changing her diet. And now she has a program to help Black women remove fibroids naturally. That's beautiful. I'm going to look into that. I constantly listen to you, Tony Gaskins, dear future wifey. You are all God sent. I am living for me in 2001. I love Tony Gaskins. He is so funny. Maybe one day hopefully me and him can meet one day because I would just love to talk to him. He's so country as well. I'm living for me in 2021. You get it, Key Washington. Healing myself so I can be whole and complete. Purpose partner. Him oh him, clean my blood, reduce my period cramps, and increase my iron. I'm not anemic anymore. It's from a company called Atomy. I use the cotton pads and hers. Put that, Nicole, put that down below because I'm interested. I'm interested. Oh, the yoni pearls. Okay. Put that down, that information below. If y'all have any ways to like heal your womb, I would love to look into it so I can talk about it in my next video, whenever I film it. Y'all, I like to go live with y'all because sometimes I just get very busy and it's just a lot. It's a lot. Put that down below so we can, put our queens on game, how to heal our wombs. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to get ready to go, but I just wanted to make a little short video because I know y'all haven't heard from me. If y'all have some other topics y'all want me to talk about, go ahead and comment that below as well. I didn't want to make this video too long, but I see we're almost an hour in, so I'm going to just go ahead and cut it short now. But thank you guys for watching, and like I said, I have this shirt and necklace in the description box, and I don't know why I'm just forgetting everything. I think it's because I'm hungry as well. But like I said, this is called, the necklace, it says, you are the prize. You are the prize. I don't know why I keep forgetting that. You are the prize. And like I said, let me show you. I got shorts on, y'all. But it says, I bring nothing to the table. I am the table. I am the table. And I'm going to let it be known tonight. I am the table. I am high value and I'm a queen. Changing my men's trap pad to organic by Real Honey Pot. I love Honey Pot. Honey Pot saves a lot. We're going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about things that you should clean with and hygienic and everything else, because I've been seeing these hygienic videos and I'm like, no, baby, why are you using that? Oh, no. Like, no. So we're going to talk about that and how organic is the best way as possible, from pads to tampons to, yoni steams to pearls, to all of that. It's okay, Key. It's okay. And then even the washes, like what kind of wash you should use down there. Should you clean the inside? Do you not clean the inside? Like, it's a lot of things that we're going to talk about on this channel, and I look forward to speaking about them and talking about them with you guys. And hopefully one day I can get it to where I can get you guys on a stream with me, and I can like stream and talk to you guys one-on-one, and we can like, hear about, each other's opinions about things. Can you say how you feel about the new Bachelor show? Is it with the biracial guy? I don't really watch the Bachelor show because I just think, like, how can you gather a group of women? I mean, I just feel like if you meet somebody, it should be natural. And you can say, oh, it was a coincidence that they got these women on the show, but I just think that it's just, like, I think that a lot of these TV shows are fake and they do a lot of things for TV. And I don't think that you can fall in love with somebody so fast. But when a man is like literally dating like 10 to 15 to 20 women at once and he's falling for all of them at once, are you really dedicating your true time to these women? And these men? Are you truly dedicating your time? I think it's just, I don't really have much to say about that one. I particularly wouldn't go on a show, nor would I want to go on a show with a group of men and find somebody, oh, I'm lucky enough to pick this one guy out of this whole group of guys, when I can meet a guy in a grocery store and that can be my husband, you know? So I kind of against that. Um, I think it's all for show. I don't really get too caught up into, I used to, but then when I realized that they do certain things for views and ratings and stuff like that, and they really have women competing over this one man and getting aggressive and, you know, playing games and making the other look bad for this one guy, like, I don't think that is empowering and all, and I think it's like desperate in a way, like, oh my god, I'm gonna find this man, y'all don't even know him and y'all fighting for his love, and he barely gives you an hour of his time each day, barely that, and you have to watch him kiss and make out with other women. Like, I'm sorry, are you here for me, or oh no, I'm, you know, you're here for me. So it's basically like this man that's like walking around like, are you worthy of me, are you worthy of a ring? I don't believe in that. I don't even like that. I don't even like that idea. Ugh, I don't even like that. Do you believe in a woman shooting her shot or just waiting for the guy to come up to her? I definitely do not believe that a woman should come up to a guy and shoot her shot. Now, can she throw hints that she is available and she is interested? Yes. And how do you throw hints? You look and you smile. Or if they hit you up in the DMs, you respond back. That's how you somewhat show your interest. You do not shoot your shot. You do not hit a guy up. I never believed in that. There are men out there that's like, oh, well, she was bold. No. Tony Gaskins will even tell you that. He said he would literally throw up in his mouth if a woman approached him trying to shoot her shot at him because it shows desperation. When a man is interested, you want a man to like you more than you like him. You want a man to love you more than you love him. And not to say that you're not interested or you love him, just know that you will want him to be more scared to lose you than you lose him. Because with us women, we're naturally going to love hard. And we need that man to love us harder so he won't do things that would jeopardize that relationship or respect the relationship. You know, you see what I'm saying with that one? I don't believe that a woman should shoot her shot. I think that men like that chase and they want to be treated like a prize. You have to act like the prize. If something is given to you, you're going to be like, okay, cool. But then you see something, you're like, oh my God, I got to work for it. I got to work for it. You're going to value it more. You are going to value it more. Tony Gaskin said he's against online dating. I don't know. I think I tried it out during the pandemic and it didn't really go anywhere for me. I think I had like some men that were interested and I just was not interested to them. Or when I did try to go online, this guy ended up sending me a penis picture of himself and I was like freaking pissed. But okay, looks like my ride is here. I gotta go, guys. I love y'all so much. I will be live again. I'm gonna try to do this on Sunday. So all right, guys, well, y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video with other people. All right, and bye.